but anyway.
What do you have to say, Rick?
When you're old, you lose track of time.
What'd you say earlier?
Oh, that's called growth, yeah, that's growth.
Okay, I got a amendment, we need to fix the agenda real quick. Where it's on item number 6B, review the bid for the new conference room committee meeting desk, or what do you want to call it? Huh?
That's what it is.
Desk? I was typing faster than or slower than my brain was working when I did that, so that's.
Gotcha.
Anybody got anything else they want to add to it?
I thought we were gonna add Scott's thing.
Yeah, yeah, we gotta add
You got,
Scott.
I've got a Manchester Rotary Club issue that item, if you could entertain me.
New business?
See,
Yep.
Or, I was gonna say we could put them at the top so we could get it over with and get them out of here.
Uh,
It's something pretty
We
simple.
can put it at the top of new business? Huh?
Yeah,
Oh, we can do that,
fine.
that's okay, I can do that. Okay, we ready? I'm gonna go ahead and call this meeting to order. I apologize for being late, but we are on.
okay,
And, everybody got their microphone on?
yes.
And, Jimmy, are you turning the, sign-in sheet around? What you doing? Take a roll call. Everybody's here and present, is that correct?
Yes.
We need a motion to approve the amended agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the
Second.
agenda.
The motion's been made by Ms. Reed and seconded by Frank Watkins. All in favor, say aye. Aye. We're on. We are on. Turn your microphones on. Yeah. That motion approved. Need to approve the minutes from the previous meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve them.
We have a motion made by Mr. Hollingsworth to approve the previous meeting
I'll second it.
minutes. Has been seconded by Ms. Reed. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion approved. Public comments. We have here, two have signed, one has signed up? Who signed up? Nobody signed up, okay. All right,
Technically Scott.
technically Scott, but we've got him on our agenda. Okay. I get that at some point. Okay, let's go ahead and get into our unfinished business. On number 6A, bid review for camera, system for the county jail the bids have been turned in, and Mr. Frank Watkins has got all your information.
Okay. There's the packet. Packet.
Dang.
I'm not done. I need a bigger desk. Yeah, no kidding.
This was in mine. That's-
It is.
That's
Part of it.
part of it.
As y'all know, we had approved a pretty hefty amount for a budget for the camera system, and it went in front of Budget and Finance, in which has already been done. We had to put it out to bid, which that has been done, and that's what Frank is turning out for us right now.
146 bid. I think you
I
do.
do.
You do.
I
There you
do.
go. You can get the front page.
They look the same.
They do, they're two separate bids.
So you got 5 bids total?
1,
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 5 total.
1, 2, 3, I got 4.
Five. Okay.
Frank and I both went through the, I guess, the scope of work when we got ready to put this out to bid, and kind of both agreed on what we wanted to put on there and make sure it was on there, to make sure we have a completed project when they're done. We put all the responsibilities pretty well on them. So I'm gonna let Frank go ahead and, if you wanna
Sure.
present? I'm gonna let Frank go ahead and present it from right here.
We had 5 people put in for bid. MCA, which is Mobile Communications America slash Motorola, Waypoint Verkada, Securitas out of McMinnville, and Southwest Communications turned in 2 bids. I have them in the spreadsheet listed from greatest to lowest as far as their initial bids. Those range from $314,445.60 to $146,522. Southwest Communications turned in not only 2 bids, but also as an option of upgrading the locking control system that actually, it does connect to the video visitations or video surveillance system. They did that as an additional cost, as an option. Securitas, in their bid, actually put in there for an upgrade of the touch screens, but did not include a price. Waypoint and MCA did not. Waypoint Brigada and MCA did not. If you look on there, I put down the cameras that they quoted on the bid. The number of cameras all match the scope of work. The difference you will see is in the quality of the cameras. See, MCA and Waypoint Verkada did not put anything about anti-ligature cameras, which are the cameras that are in our holding cells and medical holding. Prevents you from being able to tie anything onto a camera body, such as like the dome cameras where they're surface mounted. So Southwest Communications did. Securitas only listed 1 anti-ligature corner mount camera in their bid. You'll notice a Waypoint Verkada on their bid. It wasn't just a simple bid. They had additions on theirs. That's why you have a total up there, because they had the cameras one price, the installation one price, the integration as one price. They didn't do it as kind of a total.
What is the multiple sensor?
So the PTZ cameras that we have now, primarily on the outside of the building, those are traditional pan tilt zoom cameras that, as they're on the corner of a building, they either orbit to where they have dedicated spots that they look at a given time, and they just simply move. The multifocal or the multi sensor cameras, what they do is it takes those positions and puts basically, like the one that's 4 by 2 megapixel, those have technically four cameras in one camera body, to where you don't miss when it pans from one position to the other.
You met with most every one of these, didn't you?
We did. Everyone that bidded came by the jail and did a site survey, saw the layout, saw the equipment that's there, saw the locations, of the cameras.
Who's the camera guy out there who knows a lot about cameras, and is that you?
You're looking at him,
You're the guy.
unfortunately.
So what's your opinion on which ones?
Well-
Your top two. Oh, let's go with that one.
Southwest. I mean, if you want me to pick two of the bids, it's, those are the two lowest. They are a current vendor that, when we opened the jail, there was an issue with the company that did the jail. And so we did not have that maintenance that we were supposed to have for a year out past the jail. Literally, they came to the jail, handed us books and images of the computer systems and said, here you go.
And what is
And
the
so
warranty?
we had to find somebody to service the camera system.
Okay, and how long have they been in service?
Oh, Lord.
The ones that's there now,
Southwest,
right now, or this company?
That
The company, quite a while.
Yeah, it's not one of them, I don't think it's gonna go out of business.
Yeah, they're not
For a while.
they're not fly by night. None of these are, actually. None of these are all, they're all established companies.
I just don't want it to be like the roof.
Yeah,
Exactly.
What is that supposed to be?
So,
We all know what that means.
the two Southwests, you have option A and option B. Pan tilt zooms are kind of the wave of the past, because of the motion, the motors go out, you have to go in and clean them, that kind of thing. Those are kind of going out. Everybody's going to the multi-sensor cameras to where you get more viewing than losing something as it pans around, and then what it was looking at, something happens and you don't see that. With the multi-sensor cameras, it's looking at every position that would be on that PTZ all the time, so you don't lose.
And
Is
the
this-
warranty? I'm sorry.
I'd have to look.
Well, you can also see this from your mobile phone too.
Is there a lot of difference in the quality between the
Like a two and a,
SWC1 and the Securitas? Is there a lot of quality difference between those as far as quality of the?
well,
what
you've
you're
got
seeing on the
some that on SWC1 is doing 4K cameras.
Is there
Securitas is not.
Right.
That's a whole lot more quality as far as the image quality, and that's something that we've been lacking. For the time when it got put in, it was fine, but camera technology has grown in the last 10 years.
So, in your opinion, you think $84,000 is a lot of difference between them in the quality? Because that's $84,000 difference in the bids there.
Well, no, you're looking at the wrong thing, Jimmy. That is with that $90,000 option.
Okay.
There's an option on that, no?
Yes.
Okay.
The top number is just simply the camera system integrated into the PLC
I gotcha.
as the scope of work
Okay.
said.
Gotcha.
So,
The
yeah,
nine,
the 90
Okay, go ahead.
is to upgrade the locking control and the PLC to there, that's already installed.
Okay.
They added that as kind of an extra, that, hey, we can do that while we're there too.
That's on Tower A and B, right?
Master, our Tower A, Tower B, those
Right.
are the three locations that have control stations that run the jail.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and point out real quick, we did, budget a hefty budget, which all these are in our budget, okay? Just to let you know that, where you're at, so. If Any other questions?
It looks like it's a 1-year warranty, to answer
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
question.
That's
1
what
year.
I saw.
That's basically standard for anybody's equipment anymore. I'll entertain a motion if, anybody wants to make one. Or I will.
I'll make a motion to go with the Southwest option 1.
We have a motion and we have a second.
I'll second it.
Okay, open for discussion. Do you wanna add the alternate?
The 90?
Yes.
I think it's a good idea.
I think to have him a complete system and not, I'm so tired of this hodgepodge stuff that we're doing that I don't want that happening. I want it to be a complete system.
In your opinion, Frank, is that $90,000, is that well spent money?
Oh, well worth it. I mean, you're gonna have to spend it later if you don't do it today.
And it would probably cost more if they had to come back out.
It would. This was an option of doing it while they were there. And, I mean, we are talking probably this project will probably take 6 to 8 months. Because they won't leave part of the jail, it's not like they're gonna take the cameras down and then start doing it and leave us vulnerable. They're gonna have so for a while, we will have 2 systems up and running while it phases out, and then once the other one is in, working, they make sure everything's good, then it gets cut down, and then the new system is up and running.
Cause we're just in discussion right now. Okay. Any other discussion? Do you wanna change your motion?
Yeah, I changed my mind.
Okay.
I want to go with Southwest option 1 with the option added to it. So the total, that's what I want to make my motion.
Okay.
And who seconded it?
I'll
Did you
second
second
that.
it? Okay, Tina seconded. Ms. Reed seconded it. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Frank, I appreciate all your hard work on this,
Nope.
because I know this
No,
took some
I
time.
appreciate it. It did, but it'll be well worth it.
Well, and I'm glad they offered us the option. Frank called me and said, what do you want me to do? I said, take their option. I mean, get the price for it, find out what it is, and then we'll go from there, because I don't wanna piecemeal stuff together, because we're gonna wind up having to fix stuff down below, and that's what we're doing right now with
Right.
everything else. And if we can get it fixed right the first time, I'd rather do that. Okay. Next, item on business is the review the bids for conference room number 1, committee meeting desk, our conference table. I will tell you, I have, excuse me. We have to pick a color,
Oh.
so, this shouldn't be too hard to do, okay? So we have to do it, we have to pick a color though.
How about we turn it upside down and we'll use straw?
We have had,
The mahogany. I don't know if you got one, but that's mine.
we have had, we got a hold of 2 companies that would actually build it. We've only been replied by 1. And I've called the other one several times. They have not replied back to me, but those kind of like our options. This is almost exactly what we have right now. Okay,
Looks cheap.
this table looks cheap. I mean, hey, we can pick out whatever we want to, but I would.
That's my
I
opinion.
know all these are, what's your pick? This is your pick. Oh, I like that pick. So, that being said, we have
Let me
already,
see Tim's pick.
I say we go with Tim's. It's just the color. They ain't gonna affect nobody.
Ask Scott. What about mahogany, Scott?
Color selection.
Time to drink your water.
Yeah, I don't have any. I turned it down, but it still does that.
so, the reason why I'm saying that is, we have to do this, is, we've already been approved. Our budget is hefty. We've already got 4 more chairs ordered, because we have 8 right now, and we're getting 4 more, to match what we have.
And it's just in this room? Are we-
Just this room.
Are we
This
gonna
table
move
right
this
here
one
is
in there?
going there, and they can figure out what they wanna do with that one. And this, the price that I got, so if you wanna see what this is gonna look like, we'll pass that one. And you can pass that way. And you can
Rick, you
pass-
wanna see it?
Nah,
That's the same thing. You
Yep,
can't do
same
anything. There's another view here. Okay. Or not. Oh. So Frank and I looked at this when we first got this drawing. The only thing that we discussed that we do not like is we're open on the end, and, that's probably the easier one to look at. But if you look at this, we're sitting around this outside, okay? We want to have this end and that end over there a straight down piece where
It'd look better.
it blocks, one, it blocks your legs, 2, it gives us a place to go. I don't
It
wanna
looks
tell you
be- it
why,
would look
but
better.
there's a place to go, okay, for security wise. And so, that's why. Kind of, it's going, we would be sitting around this, and the podium would be in the middle.
I got one.
Okay.
Everybody got it?
Right.
Has anybody got a better selection than this? Or would like to pick a different color, and we'll vote on which one? Jimmy,
Got it.
are you
I
good
got,
with
I
this
got, I got my color on the welcome sign, so
one? Are you
Jimmy's
good
gonna
with
let
this?
somebody else have color.
this is what
Well-
is controversial.
This is Empire Mahogany.
Make a motion, we go with Empire Mahogany.
You got a motion?
I'll second.
Seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Uh,
That's the color, okay. So let me tell you what this thing cost us. We got it in our budget very easily, well in our budget. So here is the cost of it. And this is the company. And, oh well, these are all just their those things.
Invoices.
Yeah, it's actually their thing. So we actually have enough to cover, another, so what's gonna happen is, I've been in touch with Mariana and Cindy back in the back. This system here is gonna go to the other room, and we're gonna put a new system in here with 12 microphones. Instead of, however many we have right now that we don't have enough of.
8.
Yeah, we have 8. And we don't wanna add to these, we wanna get a new one for this room. Put these in there. Okay? And it's all gonna be inside our budget, even buying the new microphones, we think. So, she's getting our chairs took care of with what's in our budget, and if we get the microphones inside our budget too, that's just even that much better. So I think we did pretty well. Do I have a motion, and we go ahead and proceed and award this to Henry Cabinets?
I'll make a motion, we proceed on it.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion approved. And they do install this, by the way. We are not installing. They have to move it, this one out, and move the new one in. That was part of the agreement. Because I was not picking it up. Okay,
I know a couple guys that can do it if they have to.
Yeah.
well, we may have you do that part. New
Do
business.
do we need to announce how much this is for the audience out there to know what it is? I don't think,
$7,800.
good.
I thought it was pretty reasonable. Because I
For
know.
a custom built.
So everybody
For
will know.
custom built, yeah, we could only find 2 custom builders that would actually
That would do it.
Gotcha.
But, all right. Now then, new business.
Scott?
Mr. St. John, you are up.
All right, thank you. I'm here representing Manchester Rotary Club, and we we are kind of partnering with the Master Gardeners and looking for a community project to do a beautification type project. And we've been eyeing the Coffee County Senior Citizens Building to see if you're open to letting us do a landscaping project there. I talked to Rick today. He said I probably need to come to you. I have not touched base with anybody within the Coffee County Senior Citizens Group, but that would be my next step if y'all gave us a favorable nod.
I think it's a great idea because the senior citizens building doesn't look that good. The landscaping's terrible. It needs to be upgraded.
Yeah, I want to make a motion that we do that.
Second.
Is there any, hang on, all right, you got a motion and it's been seconded, so discussion then.
These flowers.
What are we talking about cost-wise?
So we would be obtaining and donating the landscaping material unless the county could kick any in. But we've talked with the Master Gardeners and they're, along with our group, trying to work on some nurseries here for some donations of materials.
Well, I just wanted to make sure everybody heard that, so that way we can get that in the record. We have a motion made, and do we have any more discussion?
If the county doesn't pitch in, I'll pitch in a donation.
Thank you.
So you haven't told anybody out there yet that you're doing it?
No, we have not. I was told to come to this
Uh,
group here first.
If they're approved,
But
we're
I would
approved.
tell you this, I will tell you this on Jimmy's defense, or behalf, or whatever. Don't tell anybody until you're doing the work, okay? Because they're gonna go, when is it gonna get done?
Understood.
Ain't that right, Jimmy?
That's right.
So,
Surprise
As y'all
them.
know,
it's surprising.
Surprise makeover.
all a group volunteers, so
Tell
yeah, we,
them this is a volunteer effort. And,
Call it a makeover.
Yeah.
yep.
Senior citizen.
That's what I meant,
makeover.
Rick. It needs a makeover.
Okay, we got a motion,
That's how you really feel about it.
we got a motion and it's been seconded. Any more discussion on it?
I hear it every day. Everything.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
You're good to go, buddy. Thank you.
Oh, man.
And
You're up.
Jimmy's gonna have to come and inspect it, you know that, right?
Oh, don't worry, he'll have 12 to 20 inspectors every day.
Exactly. Okay, next on the
Guaranteed.
item will be number 7A, report from maintenance supervisor.
I was just gonna talk about all the capital projects. I think that one's Terry's.
Which one?
Is that yours?
You weren't here, but I handed out.
That's mine.
That's the list. And on these, we don't wanna say the price.
Do you have this on there?
What is that one?
EMS, ambulance?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's on there.
I don't have a picture. I don't have the,
No,
I mean, I
not
just
the
have it
picture.
on the list. You see the list?
Yeah, you want this now back? Can you take that?
Me?
I don't need that.
What?
And here's the
I don't
spec,
need it either.
hey, yes you do. And here's the spec sheet on what they're doing. You want me to run through it, they're doing, or not? I don't have to.
Well, I mean, these are just like, quick budgetary numbers. Obviously, these aren't set in stone, but these are just
Correct.
projects as of today that people have requested, us to do, I guess you would say.
I will tell you right now, you need to go up on the ambulance building to 90,
All right.
okay?
Said we weren't gonna say prices, but.
Well, that's just a ballpark.
All right, I'm just giving you a hard time.
I understand that.
All right.
I thought you did.
All right, so the first one on the list is the UT Extension office, the new flooring. They have like an old BCT, like hospital tile throughout their offices. And she's wanting to get new flooring like in the hallways of CCAP and some of the other offices have gotten. Throughout the whole office, throughout their whole,
It's gonna cost a bunch.
they have a bunch of offices and conference room and kitchen, and that's to do their whole wing, I guess you would say.
Mm.
And it's just to replace that flooring. It would that's the cost to do that. You want to just go over all of them, and then you guys
Yep.
can. Okay. The next one is the Manchester Ambulance Station to repave the parking lot, and it's just got a bunch of potholes, and it's
The
starting
parking lot has
yeah.
come apart.
Yeah, and
It's
where the
alligator.
ambulances have to drive out of, it's just from the heavy ambulances running over it for the last 25 years. It's starting to break apart, and we've patched it a few times, but it's just not. It just doesn't hold up. So that would be the cost of
This
doing
is-
it the right way, tearing out what's there and resurfacing it and repaving it. That's that one.
And it's all the front and the back, by the way. The front is all heavy-duty parking, asphalt instead of what it is right now, because it's only 1.5 inches thick.
Yeah. The next one is the Justice Center old jail roof, and that's that one handout that I gave you with all the pictures and stuff. So this roof is a combination of obviously the Justice Center and the old jail. The old jail roof is it's like a concrete slab with the rock, and
Ballast system.
you can see this was probably like 3 weeks after a rain, and you can still see all the ponding water. And then some of the pictures just show the deterioration along the edges. We're in the process of fixing one of the major leaks right now. We had to make a emergency repair to one of the areas, but this would be the cost that you see there would be to completely replace both roofs. And again, that's just like a budgetary number.
Okay.
But
They're not gonna you're not going to go back with this ballast system, are you?
no, so they'll be taking all that rock and stuff out.
Yeah.
And we there's two different options that we have. There's one option that is a little bit cheaper, but there's only like 2 people do it in the state of Tennessee, and it's like they float like a concrete base. I'm not exactly sure what they're allowed to use, but we have to add slope. Obviously, you can see all the ponding, so we have to add slope to the roof to get the water to the drains. And so there's that system, and then there's another system that we can do. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's basically we have to rebuild on top of the concrete roof. We have to rebuild that roof to where it has slope to get rid of the water, and then they'll be using a different. It won't be obviously there won't be the rock and tar. It'll be a different product on the top of the roof.
So basically build a frame to it or something.
Yeah, they're basically building. It's insulated, but it'll be a new base layer on top of the concrete instead of like the rock and tar. It'll be a different base layer just
To give it slope.
to give it slope. And then there'll be basically like a polyurethane rubber mat, like rubber product on top of it. There's a couple different options on that. We just have to get. We got to figure out the bottom part first before we can. And then there's different options as far as mill thickness on the 2 products on top of that. That'll kind of give us our ending total cost. Obviously, there's a really good expensive product, and then there's one that's a little less expensive but maybe not as good. So that'll be something that once we get. Obviously, this project will have to would possibly have to be bid out if we can't get the state contract thing worked out. As of right now, we're in the process of trying to get the state contract worked back out, but we don't have it right now. But
Which part is this?
that's the actual Justice Center stack.
Okay.
The rest of it is the old jail part.
Okay. Thought so.
I've been up there many times.
Yeah.
Is the material gathered on the edge?
Gathered.
Huh? Wrinkling
mean?
up?
Yeah. Well, it's stretching too. It's like
Okay.
because
I'm with you.
the seams are starting to stretch apart.
Okay.
And all the caps on the wall is what we've had the most damage out of in the last 2 years. They've started to let a lot of water in, go down the wall, and we've had to replace a lot of areas
Sheetrock,
along the wall,
ceiling tile.
windows.
Yeah, windows.
And the next one is the Tullahoma Library roof. Obviously, there's been a lot of discussion about this one. So, me and Terry have talked on the phone about this one. The reason there's a question mark there is because
We don't know yet.
we don't. I mean, we have to get rid of the gutters. So I had one contractor look at it and give me a kind of an option of what to do. But the only reason that I can't necessarily go with that option as of right now is because they still have to do some more studies on the actual gutter system. Not the gutter system itself, but his option would basically seal the gutters up, they would seal the gutters up and baffle the gutters to where they would shed off the water, but all the water would still have to go to the existing downspout. Well, in the front of the library, all that's hooked into the main system as far as the drainage system goes. It catches all the water that goes to the front door, catches all the water that goes by the side. There's a big drain grate, and then it catches all the water that goes off the roof in the front.
Can I
Just a
interrupt
s-
you a minute?
Is it just a stormwater like system
Stormwater
that
system,
goes
yeah.
over to Cascade Creek?
Well, it actually just dumps out right on that. If you just go right past, where they put that new Greenway, or is it called
Yes.
Greenway sidewalk?
Yeah.
It just jumps out right there.
Oh, okay.
Can I interrupt you a minute? Scott, I'm gonna put you on the spot. The high school in Manchester, when they built that new roof system over it, with the metal and, tied to the existing framework below, mostly. Do you know who did that?
I don't remember the contractor.
Okay, let me ask you, you think that's feasible to do that on that building in Tullahoma? I wanna get rid of the gutters.
And I believe we've been dealing with this for I've been here 20
Years.
but I'm pretty sure we've actually you might even have something that you proposed a long time ago that the county did.
It's been a number of years.
Yeah.
We proposed, getting rid of the gutter system, but your question as to, what options do you have to get rid of the current roof line and gutter system? And then you definitely have to deal with that storm drainage as well, making sure that you're not overloading it.
Right.
Because you remember that they've had sandbags at the back door there for a number of times when that water fills up, so you gotta look at it as a whole.
Right.
But getting rid of that gutter system is the number one thing.
Where you're talking about the water, is that in that corner right there? There's actually a drain there.
Yeah, if you walking to
Yes.
the main door.
To your
on
left.
the left,
Yeah.
there's an area drain there.
Yeah,
It picks up gutters, it routes to, and I can't remember all the ways that it routes, but.
Yeah, so there's a drain system that
goes-
runs along the front door.
yeah.
And it catches all that.
It goes all the way straight back through the back into the woods, cause I found the end of it,
Yes.
okay?
So it does dump out into Cascade
It does,
Creek?
but let me tell you this, I pulled a root system out here, out of the pipe that's longer than this table. You remember that?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And it
So-
helped, but it didn't.
It helped, but there's issues there.
Too much rain all at once.
And it may be-
overloads it no matter
What
what
is
you
that,
do.
about a 4 or 6 inch pipe?
Six.
Oh, no,
It's
no,
six.
no, no.
Oh, it's a
Yeah, it's big.
12.
But.
Well,
It may have to
on
be
the-
addressed
on
with
the
this
end of it.
though.
Yes, it is undersized.
That's the problem, it's undersized. And it may be something that has to, and it might be a 6 or 8. It's not big enough. So it may be something that we might need to look at in the project too, because yes, we're gonna have to address that.
You've got all that, what I remember in that underground electric right there coming in.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
There's
Some
things you
issues.
gotta work through.
And the water.
But I guess back to your original question, yes, some type of re-roofing system that gets rid of the gutters, the internal gutters, and all of that.
Yes.
that you've got.
We gotta get that gone. I know the location is the key on this building. It is located where everybody in Tullahoma knows exactly where it's at. And they use this library. It's not something that's not used. And I don't wanna lose the location. If we can save these buildings by putting a roof system on it, that'll stop us from having to spend $100,000 a year here and there. I'm for moving forward and trying to get something put out to bed for it myself. But that's just me speaking. 'Cause right now, we're just throwing money out and we don't know where the stop point is. And I don't wanna sit there and waste taxpayers' money for something that we can get fixed one time. Yes, will it cost a lot more? Yeah, it's gonna cost money to fix it, but in the long haul, it'll stop us from having to keep forking out $100,000 here and the library sitting there losing books and computers, carpet. I mean, when she has a flood, it's a flood. And I know she sent y'all pictures this last one. I'm sure she did, because I got them. But, you know, they're dealing with a problem that they can't resolve themselves, and it's gonna be up to us to help them get it fixed.
How quick can we get started on it? Because I'm not saying we, but things just
On
keep
start
seeming-
moving,
Yes.
So, I mean, obviously, we would have to get it for the third time. We would have to get an engineer study on the roof and the gutter system, and that would be the starting point.
and the drainage system, yes.
But as far as like how long it would take, it's been 2.5 years and we still don't have a new roof on
We haven't,
CCAP. So there
let's
you
put it
go.
this way, nobody started the process, and we need to start the process.
Well, I mean, we have, like Scott will attest to, we have tried to get this done before. It's just it never got past the money. So, and it's only just it's just getting worse. I mean, we've done last year alone. I probably about $30,000 is what I spent on that roof, and we're still, as of a month ago, we still have water coming in when it rains a bunch. The last couple of rains we had 6 inches in like probably 2 hours, and then this last time we had probably 4 inches in a couple of hours, and it wasn't near as bad. But I mean, you still have water running in there.
So we've had engineers out there 2 times previous.
I'm pretty sure I know we've once or twice we've done it before. Now it's been many years ago, but
Yeah, over my 25 years, I know I looked at it 2 or 3 times,
Yeah.
prepared options, given a budget, and it, as Rick said, it
Yeah.
always comes down to cost, and it kind of stops.
And so last year, in capital projects, I put the money in to get 2 new gutters installed because the gutters that were there, they had been covered up like probably 6 or 7 times from different repairs because it always leaks. So we removed the 2 old gutters and put the 2 new gutters in, but when they put the gutters in, the roofs that they tie into, they're all rusted. There's like the screws are rusted out,
The panels
panels are rusted.
But the main thing now is this question mark.
Yeah, well, that's because I had an option through a company that we use, and their option was kind of like what I spoke with you about. But that company's not willing to do it basically without doing a study on the drain, because they said even if you get rid of the gutters and you still have to divert the water into the drainage system in the front of the building, it's not enough. So what's happening right now is when it rains a whole lot, the gutter system fills up. So even though the gutters themselves may not leak, when it fills up completely full of water, and then you got water running over the gutters into the roof, into the existing roof, that's where you get into all the rust and the bad screws, and that's where it's starting to pour in. So they're not willing to put their name, because everything they have to do is warranted for 15, 20. They're not willing to put their name and product on the roof the way it's designed, the way it's built, and it's basically because, like what we talked about, it's too much water on the big rains. It's too much water going into the drain system that's there. They can't handle it.
It's like Terry says, you can fix it right, or it's just going to continuously be a problem.
Just pull out your checkbook and say when.
So
That's what we're doing. And I don't want I want us to try to get the problem fixed for them. I mean, they have enough to worry about. They don't need to be worried about every time it rains, how many books they're gonna lose. And so.
it is my recommendation is to get an engineer study done on the roof and the gutter system, and come up with a plan to re-engineer the roof and a gutter system that can handle what we do. Now, if we slope the roof all the way to the back, obviously there's a completely different, like, all that water is each one of them, they're not tied to any kind of pipe. It just runs down the back of the hill and into the into the creek, or into the field back there.
Okay,
whatever.
you wanna take care of getting hold of 3 of them? Cause we need to get a proposal from at least 3 different ones, I think.
So
I'm just saying, John may wanna do it. I don't
well, the
know.
county has we have I don't know what the legal term is,
Thing with them.
but we do have a thing with Scott St. John. So usually that's who I'll get with Mariana, but I'm pretty sure all the other stuff that we've done that's needed an engineer, because we have a contract with him, we
Yeah.
don't have to like get 3 bids or
I'm
3
good
quotes
with,
or
I'm
anything. So,
good with that, so.
so as long
I'm
as
gonna
they're
tell you,
as
get
long
up-
as they're willing to do it, we will do it. But
I would,
I will get with Mariana and
I'm
Budget
gonna
office.
make a motion that we let Rick go ahead and get with Mariana and Scott and see about getting an engineering evaluation done on what we need to get done on it and how it needs to get fixed. Scott, you know my opinion, what I'm talking about is the framework like style that they did on the high school and the ninth grade academy, same thing, and going to a standing seam roof on it. That's what I would like.
Metal
Yeah,
framing system,
yeah,
yes.
that's what I see,
But I'm understanding this step one is an evaluation.
yes.
Roof, the storm drainage system
Yep.
as well, and then from that point, with options, we can move into design.
As far as the storm drain, you know, that could be a separate issue if you wanted to do that, or it could be tied in with this, because we could maybe get that even done beforehand. I don't know.
So I mean, they're gonna go hand in hand. So like I
But I
said,
think
if
they're
we
gonna
do,
go
if we
hand
do
in
it,
hand.
if we
'Cause
angle
you gotta
all
know
the,
the water runoff and everything,
yeah,
right?
if we do the water running off to the back, I mean, obviously that's gonna alleviate a ton of water running through the front of the gutter. You know, the front
Yeah.
system that's tied in. Right now, the gutters that are in the back, they, like I said, they're not tied into that system that we're speaking of. It just runs. You know, it's run off. Now we might have to put something in. That's something that they'll have to decide, but we can.
Would a hip on the front be out of the question?
I don't think anything's out of question.
You know why I'm asking this, is that way we could gutter the sides and the front, not just have a gable on the front, you know what I'm saying?
Scott's gonna go pull some of them old blueprints out and just go.
So,
That he's done drew
Yeah,
you know where
twice.
twice.
so we've got a motion, does anybody second my motion?
I'll second it.
And Tim is seconding it, for you go ahead and get with Mariana and Scott and see what we can do here.
Get rid of the question mark.
So I can get rid of this question mark.
We move on as quick as possible, quit wasting Scott's time going out there so many times.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm with that too.
All right, the next one is
Nah.
one that we've already.
That vote.
We got to vote
Oh,
for
yeah,
it,
no,
sorry.
sorry.
All discussion done with? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion approved. So you're good to go on that one.
Continue.
Daycare, sorry, I didn't mean to
The next,
interrupt,
no,
but
you're
that need to
good.
be talked about.
I didn't know if we were going to vote on everything together, but okay. The next one is the daycare flooring, which we've kind of already discussed a few times. That's the cost to put all new flooring in and store all their stuff. That's kind of a budgetary number, but that's pretty close to what it would cost
Okay.
to do that project. And the only other thing with that project would be obviously scheduling where to house the kids while we.
Right.
And so we would need to, if that gets approved, we would need to get with.
I think the mayor said something about doing it, letting him have his office. Was that-
Yeah, something like that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
We would just need to
good.
get that part of it
Yeah,
cleared
I
up,
know.
but not. And then the other one is the Tullahoma Library, the drain repair. Another thing that's been messed up for a while that we just haven't been able to take care of. But
That's a sewer
that
line.
what-
this main sewer line that.
Oh, okay.
Have you verified that number
hmm
and it's good?
That's so that this number that's right there is this is hopefully good if we can get it done this year because
Yeah.
we've got this quote before and it didn't get passed or we didn't get it done and it goes up every year obviously. So if we get this done this year, that's the number.
Okay,
That's the proposed number. Now it would have to be bid out,
I know.
but that's or quoted out, but that's the number for that.
Well, all you gotta do is get them to write out the scope of work. Yeah, get it.
Yeah. Well, we just have to get 3 quotes. We don't have to bid. It wouldn't have to be bid out. So yeah.
All right. Okay,
But as of
We got
today,
anything-
that's the list. There may be more once people watch this and see that there's.
does anybody have any other?
That's about $2.7 million you got on the list there, so.
Yeah.
This
I
is a
mean,
cheap one. Justice Center is
they
the
got it
worst.
right.
Yeah, that Justice Center's the big
The
one.
Justice Center is the worst. But
Yeah.
you cannot let our building just die. I mean, you've gotta keep it up. So, we have a motion to approve all the other ones besides the question mark.
I'll make a motion to approve them all.
Second.
We have a motion to approve by Mr. Brown, second by Ms. Watkins. Any more discussion on them? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved.
Once these get forwarded to budget and finance now.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, I usually take this whole list, budget and finance, whatever.
Are you gonna bring it, or do you know, I need to, I'll make sure Tim has it on his agenda.
So I won't be able to be there on the next meeting, but I mean, I could be there in May. I guess you guys are meeting, or I don't know if there's
Not yet.
They ain't started the,
the,
Oh, and I won't be at the next meeting, by the way.
well, then we'll just bring them in May because there'll probably be 5 more to add to it anyway, so.
All right, well, we got these that are done, okay?
Got it.
All right. Okay. Any other thing on the capital projects for budget and finance?
I do
think
have,
that's
I
all.
do have a question though, because the last time I asked, have the court lots for the lots for the old courthouse been approved yet? Because
Yes.
they've been through commission though?
Yeah.
'Cause I was-
Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
they're,
it's been
they're
through.
waiting on you.
No, I just a few weeks ago I asked and the money was not there, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you got that through budget and
Yeah,
finance.
it's been
Yeah,
through
but
budget
they
and
had to go
finance.
through the full. It had to go through the commission. What I was told. Had to be voted on
did we not do that?
because it was
last
like an
commission
it was an
meeting?
amendment.
Thought we
or-
did.
Part of the amendment?
Yeah, I think we did.
Mayor,
It may have been on the. It may
we're
have been on
talking,
the
we're
last-
talking about the lighting for the courthouse.
The
What's
old-
that on our last,
the Courthouse or the old
old courthouse.
agenda
the-
on the full commission?
LED lighting?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wasn't it below the
Yes, sir.
required bid?
Oh, no, we're talking about the money part of it. Was it something about it needed to be appropriated through budget and finance?
It
And
already-
then
I think it-
approved- And then approved by the full commission?
But it needed to be-
Wasn't that on our,
Probably already had.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
wasn't that on our last commission?
It might have been on the
as
last
an
one because it was
amendment?
before. I asked before the last
I
commission.
think it
meeting, so
was. I
That's
think
why I'm
it was
asking
on
now.
our
to see
last
if it's
commission
passed.
I think it
meeting
was.
as an amendment Mariana presented.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
check back with her, but I
I
think
will. I'll
it got
check back with
approved.
her. All right.
Because I know that everybody has approved it that needs to approve it. Because it's he's doing the labor. So it was
Yeah, I was just. I
basically
mean, I
material
was gonna
buy.
go ahead and order everything,
Yeah,
and I just wanted
yeah.
to make sure it was.
I think we have all. Anything else?
Rick, bathroom update at the,
The walls are being tiled today. As we speak, they're being done right now. I left there right before I came here. So,
okay.
and she has gotten some quotes to do the dividers that she wants. But I also have spoken with another company, and we're supposed to, when the tile is done, I'm supposed to get with her, and she's gonna. I guess she's got the money approved through her board to pay for the dividers. So, we're just waiting on the tile to get finished, but
Gotcha.
hopefully it'll be done next day or two.
And that sign out front, is there electric out to that sign?
Oh, I have no idea.
What?
I'm not sure.
What?
Okay.
Are you wanting some lights or something?
Electric to that sign they have out front. They'd asked me about it, and I said I would ask and I'd find out.
I'll check on it, but I'm not sure. I can't. I don't remember.
They're wanting to some way light the sign up if there's electric out there.
Look into it.
Electric out there, I thought.
I'll look. I'll check into it.
Is that it?
Could be next capital project on the list, right?
Could be.
Cut the parking lot open and
You get a generator out there,
yeah, cut the
right?
parking lot. Nah,
Okay, we need to
run
set
an
our,
extension cord.
May 1st.
we need to set our next meeting, which will be on May the 1st, 4 o'clock. Everybody good with that? I'm good with 4 o'clock,
Yes, sir.
if I can make it.
May the 1st.
It's okay.
Anyway,
Leave 10 minutes early.
everybody good with that? Okay. Make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A motion made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion approved.